Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last time we didn't have a small accident. I'm so used to saying that we had a small accident. I almost said that something terrible happened, but it didn't. That's the good part of this. Everyone survived. We sent a tourist up into space, suborbital flight, and returned alive. Everything was happy. We got some money, and I think we actually lost money overall in that endeavor. It's pretty bad. So what we're going to have to do is switch things around. Oh, what's this? Scientific data from space around Kerbal. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around Kerbal. Mate, that's really easy. Mate, we've done that like 20 times already, mate. Mate, just give us the mission. Oh God, no, we can't. Okay. We are going to have to take this mission, go into space, bring back scientific data, and make ourselves some money. Because right now, if you haven't noticed, we're poor. We're not just poor, we're really poor. Like disgustingly poor, I would have to say. So, let us go retrieve some scientific data from space. That's right, there's no tourist this time. It's just going to be Gichelle Kerman, which means she's probably going to die, because it seems like things go well when we have a tourist, but every other time it goes horribly, unfortunately, which is sad. It's quite unfortunate indeed. Many people die. Okay. So let's build our classic top of our vessel. Nah, let's go for a different one. Let's go for the Mark I cockpit. I know we haven't used this in a while, mostly because previous attempts at using this have ended horribly wrong. It was really bad, actually. People died. Not to say that people didn't die in the Mark I command pod, but I would say the rate of survival is a bit higher in this pod than the other. Okay, so we're gonna put that on, and then we're going to take our little, where is it? There we go, small incline reaction wheel, and nestle it within this device. This device is a heat shield protection device, which should allow us to put the small incline reaction wheel on. I'm not particularly concerned about the heat. That doesn't seem to have been a problem in the past, except when we were on like a crazy stupid trajectory. But it is there just to make it so that we don't have like a tiny little disc connecting this part of the vessel to the rest of the vessel. That would be terrible. That would be unfortunate. Probably end really badly too. Which, I mean, is kind of par for the course given what we've done previously. But we don't want to remain par for the course. We want to improve ourselves with every movement, which is unlikely to happen because we're likely to die a sad and unfortunate death. Thank you, people. That is what I'm here for, causing Kerbans to die sad, unfortunate deaths. 3 days out of the week. Oh, Lord. That's karma. That's karma right there. Ow. So, I've just been injured by karma for having said that I kill little Kermans. It's unfortunate. One moment. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Now that that's fixed, and nobody's coughing into anything, because nobody wants to cough into anything, what in the heck is this dude doing so close to the rocket? Mate! If you're that close to the rocket, and the rocket engine suddenly goes off in a ridiculously weird, strange course of events, you're gonna get burnt to death! I guess, given that you don't seem to be the most intelligent Kerban out there, I mean, that's not the worst thing to happen. But on the other hand, I mean, we don't actually have the money to continue to hire random Kerbans all of the time, because we're kind of poor, because we kind of failed on multiple occasions to get people home after they were kind of, you know, wrecked terribly. Look, it all happened. People blew up. It was unfortunate. Their remains were scattered across the mountains, which actually made our job slightly easier because we didn't have to scatter their ashes across the mountains. It was already done for us. Okay, let's look at this guy. Based on the success of the previous vessel, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me because it was something ridiculous, and I don't remember ridiculous things. So I say, I actually do remember a lot of ridiculous things. Like, what's a really ridiculous thing I can think of? Pufferfish. I just actually learned this literally like a few moments ago. Pufferfish apparently make amazing sand art in order to attract their mates. It's brilliantly interesting. You should maybe look it up at one point. It's actually quite nice. It's all radiaty and wavy and it's brilliant. I love it. Anyway, that is a strange fact that I know of and probably shouldn't because that doesn't... Why would I know that? Why would I know that? I'm launching rockets, not caring for pufferfish. Not to say that caring for pufferfish is not some sort of honorable art form. I don't actually know if that is honorable. I mean, that's kind of a strange thing to be honorable, one might say. But on the other hand, you are protecting pufferfish. And pufferfish are an important part of society. I think. Okay, now that we're done with that rant, and we're done with this rocket, which is stupid. It's kind of coming off of the previous rocket. We have 6 hammer solid fuel boosters with nublets on top, and our giant thumper solid fuel booster that will launch our rocket deeply, deeply into space. And we shall call this vessel the Glory Grasper of Hilarity. At this point, it actually has next to nothing to do with what the vessel's actually doing. It's just a nice name, the Glory Grasper of Hilarity. Just go with it, people. Come on now. I'm no good with naming anything. Come on. Just making it up as I go. Are we ready to launch? No, because Bill Kerman. Bob Kerman's dead. I just reminded myself that Bob Kerman is dead. No, we can't dwell on that. Kachele Kerman, get into the pilot seat. You shall be launched into space, or you shall die trying. Well, I say or. It could be you are launched into space and you die trying. It's unfortunate, that's for sure. Man, I have a little scratch in my throat. It's terrible. Didn't have this before I started. Why would you do this to me, nature? Why, Gachele? Why? Oh lord, that almost didn't launch. I mean, did you see how slowly it started moving? That's not good, people. It should be moving quite swiftly. Okay, so the first stage is getting us apparently not much more than 2,000 meters above the planet's surface. And the first stage has just completely obliterated the second stage. That's fine. Keep going, Gachele. Go as far up as you can. Why, Gachele? Why does this have to happen to us? Well, we have lost a significant portion of our craft. Good lord, Gachele! I don't even know. It's not your fault, Gachele. It's the stinking engineer's fault. They should have told me that it was gonna blow up when it did that. Yeah, there we go. That is most definitely the end of that. Goodbye, rocket. Let's see how far up we got. Oh, it's piddly. Oh, it's piddly. It's 59,000 meters and dropping. Let's get up to our apotheosis and attempt to do some scientific experiments. I'd really prefer to not see Gachele Kerman's face because that would be disgusting. At this point, I can't even stand to see her. After such a great failure, which I do admit was not her fault, it was more of my fault for having built such a stupid rocket to begin with, which it was quite stupid, I will admit. But there you go. Okay, Gichelle, you are as far up as you're going to go this time. She seems really happy about that. And you shall observe the materials bay. The rarefied air has caused interesting changes to gel samples. It seems like something is happening with the interior structure. How astute, Gichelle. Plus 1.1 science. It's something, in the very least. You attempt a crew report. Nothing of interest. Good for you. Well, there you go. There you go. That's all we got out of all of our efforts. Oh, Lord Almighty. Good God. We're doomed. We're doomed! Time to come back to Earth, Gichelle Kerman. Well, not Earth, Kerman. The difference is only slight, I can assure you. Okay, we are in re-entry. Gichelle Kerman, you are well protected from the heat, which actually won't be terribly significant because you barely went into space. Well, I say that, but actually that is a decently significant heat thing? Heat funnel coming off of that? I'll call it a heat funnel. I like the name. It sounds nice. There's a significant heat funnel coming off of it. And now you are plummeting towards the sea. Good for you, Gichelle Kerman. I hope you like the water. And I hope you like sharks. Because Kerman has a lot of sharks on it. There we go. We've launched the parachutes. The parachutes have held. We shall now release SAS and allow the vessel to drift softly and smoothly back down to the waters of Kerman, upon which it shall land and be taken to the depths by the Kraken. Luckily for Gichelle Kerman, the actual vessel is built to withstand the pressures of the depths. So once the Kraken has had fun with her vessel and has considered it to no longer be an interesting plaything, it shall release it and the vessel... Oh, Lord. And the vessel shall come safely back up to the surface, where it may be recovered by recovery crews in due time. Good job, Gichelle Kerman. You will be recovered now. Thank you very much. You failed us, Gichelle! That was not what I expected out of that flight. What do we have here? Plus 1.1 science. Bringing up to a whopping 79 science. And we lost a disgusting quantity of money in that endeavor. It's looking unfortunate for the Kerbal Space Program, as we have done a terrible job of maintaining the treasury within the Kerbal Space Program. Could somebody please give us a very large grant so that we do not go under? No? Anybody? No? Oh, okay. Space planes. Why did I click the space planes thing? You see, I've been here with the space planes before. I don't know how to make space planes fly. It's very hard to make them fly. It's ridiculous. I'm not even going to deal with it because that sounds terrible. Well, in the very least, we can build another rocket that maybe won't destroy itself and then launch it next time, perhaps. It's probably going to be what we're going to have to do, unfortunately. Okay, let's put the service bay in. Same general idea. Another small incline reaction wheel. And we'll bring in the Science Junior. And then the heat shield. And that shall be the majority of the vessel. The main section, one might say. It's under aerodynamics? Yes, it is. There we go. And then we shall put the parachutes on because everybody wants everyone to survive. Nobody wants anyone to die. Except for maybe, you know, like Bill Kerman. Bill Kerman can die. That's fine. I'm not particularly concerned about Bill Kerman dying. He's not a terribly useful creature. We haven't actually used him for anything, and the likelihood is he doesn't actually have any use that would be, you know, proper for him. We should just let him, you know, sit in his squalor, thinking sad thoughts to himself about how, oh, it's so unfortunate that I, Bill Kerman, have to remain on Kerbin for the rest of my life, even though I signed up to this ridiculous little endeavor, this Kerbal space program, in an attempt to become the greatest astronaut ever. Well, Bill Kerman, you do not get to become the greatest astronaut ever. It shall never happen to you, Bill Kerman. Thank you very much. Okay. Given the necessity for a grand amount of funds, we are in need of a simple and effective rocket. And the most simple and effective rocket that has yet been seen and launched from the surface of Kerbal is the Quadruple Thumper Extraordinaire. That's right, we have returned to the Quadruple Thumper Extraordinaire experience. This one, we have proven repeatedly, shall not explode, so we're going to launch this form of first and second stage rocket. And it shall be very, very nice. At least I hope it's very nice. I mean, it should get us into space in the very least. If it doesn't get us into space, that's a bit of a problem, because then we're not going to have any money. And if we don't have any money, we're going to go under. And if we go under, what are the hopes for the Kerbal space program after that? There's not really any hopes for them, is there? Not really at all. That's unfortunate. Then, I don't even know what we would do after that. We'd go under. We'd be bankrupt. It'd be terrible. Oh, good lord. And what do we have to show for all of our efforts? Pretty much nothing. A couple satellites sitting up in orbit. How nice. What shall we name this? How about we name it... you know, just making the big bucks. Admittedly, it's not making the big bucks. It's making like 10,000 bucks, and you might say 10,000 bucks is actually a lot of big bucks, but in the end, if you look at our budget, this thing costs 15,000. We're probably gonna get more than 5,000 back for recovering this vessel. That is given that we do recover the vessel, and I mean, we're not gonna make much money off of it, which is unfortunate, but sometimes you have to do it. And with that, I do have to note that it is the end of the episode, because we do not have enough time to launch that rocket and see how it prevails in the long term. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we will launch the rocket that we have just built, make the big bucks, and see what we can do about potentially, oh, you know, maybe one day getting to the Mun. Maybe at some point getting one of these researchers. Although, I doubt that's ever gonna happen. I mean, just look at these researchers. They're so freaking hard to get. How are we gonna do it? I don't know. But we'll try very hard. And if we do succeed, perhaps we'll be able to actually make it to the Mun at some point. If we do ultimately fail, I mean, we can always go to creative free play mode and build some rockets and launch them to the Mun and to Duna and all that jazz. Or if you guys want to, we can just do that immediately. I don't know. It doesn't look very good for the Kerbal space program at this point, to say the least. Anyway, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.